Are you ready?
Welcome to Hard Way Wrestling. It is
Wednesday.
Waistlock Wednesday, baby.
Nobody likes a waist lock.
Get the butts. Did we do it right, Ricky? Could you tell?
You were both going in the same direction.
You go left and I go right. Not you go right, I go left.
Your other left, and it's still not right. And you're still going left.
Whatever.
You guys suck.
Whatever. I'll tell you what. I fuck his ass and make him humble. All right, let's get a couple things out. First off, welcome, boys. Ricky, Hardy. Is it okay if I just call you Hardy? I don't like Brian.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Weird name. I like Hardy.
Yeah, that's cool.
With the best hair in the business, second generation sensation, Brian Hardy, and Tricky Ricky wearing the ugliest shirt I've ever seen.
Hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's a hockey night.
Hey, that's the fourth time today somebody said that to me. I'm never call my mom again, by the way. Let's get some business out of the way.
Did she humble you?
I'm going to it. I can't do it. So first, we have hit 100 downloads. We have been doing the podcast version on Spotify and iTunes and Google Play and everywhere else. We've only been doing that for what now? 2 weeks?
Something like that, I think.
2 weeks,
3 weeks.
which is about 10 episodes. Something. We've hit 100 downloads. I don't know what that means, but I'm pretty excited that there's at least 100 downloads. Right?
That's awesome.
That's a new platform for us that we just jumped on. We're getting close to our 200th video on YouTube, so that's awesome too. So we are now at 143 subscribers on YouTube. We picked up another one today. I don't know if somebody's cat accidentally walked across their computer and hit subscribe.
Wasn't my cat.
Thank you.
Wasn't my cat.
Wasn't your is your cat?
I don't even know where he's at. I don't know. He's not up here.
He's coming onto he's waiting for his other camera.
Probably, but I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
Uh-oh. Yeah, well, check the cat box, buddy. You'll
he's not back. He's not back there. You'll
see him soon enough. All right, so we're almost at 200 videos on YouTube. We've been doing this since March, and our next goal is 150, and we are 7 away. We are going to get there. Hopefully, we're going to get there by the end of the month before November rolls in. But we couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you so much. And again, Brian, thank you for being here. Ricky, thank you for being here. I appreciate everything you guys do. You guys add a lot. Different elements for sure. Ricky's got his own way of thinking for sure, and Brian, well, you're a mess. But I appreciate everything you guys do. Our last video on YouTube, between the live, got almost 200 views.
Awesome.
The replay got almost 68 to 70 views. So we are almost at 300 views on just that video alone. If you guys did not catch it, you missed it. Brian Hardy went off. He did the best Iron Sheik that I don't know.
Go to the 137 moment.
Yeah,
don't tell people that, man. I watched an interview the other day with I think it was Chris Van Vliet and Karrion Kross, where Karrion Kross does like a really mean Jesse Ventura impression.
I've seen that. That's
and he said like everybody just stops him now and says like, "Do the thing, dude. Do the thing." You know?
Yeah, I've seen that. He's good.
Yeah, Karrion Kross does a couple other different impressions, but he's really good. But back to the real deal. We had a pretty good. We were an hour and 40 minutes into a video, hour and 30 some minutes, and we were doing trivia, which that's exactly where our spike was for viewership, was the trivia. Everybody kind of dug that. and Brian went into I guess we all went into like our Iron Sheik impressions, and then Brian.
I think I've
did it.
watched that about like 100 times since last week.
I am out of control. I cannot.
And I'm
stop.
like crying every time because just laughing so damn hard.
I have not got a chance to. I'm going to clip it and put it up as its own little short. But if you have not seen it, don't watch. Well, you know what? Whatever. Watch the whole video. It's cool. Don't go to that. Watch the whole video. But if you want to go right to the 136, 137 mark, Brian just goes off with his Iron Sheik impression, and we lose it. Like, we absolutely lose it. It is,
Yeah.
I don't know if we were all just tired or whatever, but it was fucking great. It was epic. So,
yeah.
I fuck your ass. Of course, I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing it up on this computer. I'm downstairs. I told my girlfriend, I was like, "Hey, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch it." Fast forward on our TV, and she goes, "I don't get it." I'm like, "What do you mean you don't get it?" And I broke up with her because she didn't laugh. So, Brian, you've been working on that impression for a while, or it just came to you?
My whole entire life. I was like one of the many that went out and bought that shoot interview back in 2007 and fuck the Ted DiBiase, you know, like all that stuff and everything. So I was like, yeah, I do others too. I mean, I don't want to do them right now, but I do Dusty Rhodes. I do like a bunch of other people and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, eventually you'll feel them come out here and there. So
we're going to, baby, we're going to do a Dusty Rhodes sometime. We got the Dusty Rhodes tag team tournament coming up. We're definitely
sweet sapphire, baby.
Sweet sapphire. Funky like a monkey. All right.
Funky like a monkey, baby.
Yeah, we could. Yes, we're gonna have to do an impression show for sure. But yeah, no. I mean, I always liked the Iron Sheik. Like most people liked the Iron Sheik back in the day. Well, actually, Americans didn't, but I liked the Iron Sheik.
One of the greatest heels of all time.
He made quite the resurgence when he went on to Howard Stern, and they had I think it was Artie Lang that was doing Iron Sheik or doing Macho Man impression or whatever, or whoever's impression he was doing, and Iron Sheik just went absolutely crazy. Be Brian Blair. All right. So, boys, we got a couple of topics to cover today. We will not be here the rest of the week. If anything pops up, we'll definitely do a pizza cutter news or something like that. But this is the
looks like you already took the pizza cutter to the dome.
I did. This is my Don Callis look.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Wrong side. There you go.
I was yeah, it's over there. There it is. Yeah. Anyway, so if anything comes up, we'll jump on here, but most likely there won't be another video the rest of the week, so we're gonna have to make this one super special. So we got some news. We got CM Punk. We got Nick Aldis. We're gonna do an Impact pay-per-view preview. Do you watch Impact, Brian?
I was a huge Impact fan back in the day, but I have not kept up with it in recent years. And I still have some friends that work over there, Eddie Edwards and stuff like that. But I haven't kept up with it in a while.
Can you get him on here?
I don't know. We could call Eddie. Eddie sometime.
Listen, can you just do it right now? Can you just? I mean, it doesn't. Just make a phone call. Show us your phone, Brian. Show us your phone. Show us Eddie Edwards on your phone, and I will reach in and.
I'm just gonna start clicking random people. We'll start calling people from the past. We'll call
you got Adam Pearce, right?
We got just right here on my phone, we've got Shane Douglas, Julio De Niro, we've got the Sandman, we've got Gilbert, we've got
Gilbert. Oh Jesus!
Get
Gilbert on.
Nunzio.
You got to get Gilbert on here and Jeremy Stone at the same time.
Oh my God!
They'll probably think they're looking in a mirror.
Oh, believable! That's his dad. That's Gilbert's dad is Jeremy Stone.
His West Virginia brother.
You never know, man.
All right, well let's start this off. Mark Henry's just on a podcast The Bump. Was it The Bump? What was it? What podcast was that? I just had it up here. I think I got rid of it because it upset me.
You mean we're
'cause I can't
talking
get
about
it.
CM Punk again?
You know what? He Oh, it was Booker T's podcast. That's what it was. It was on Booker T's podcast. Because CM Punk moves the needle still, even though he's not wrestling. CM Punk moved the needle for 7 years while he was out of the business, right? Because he was coming back every week. CM Punk was coming back. Anytime they went to Chicago, chance of CM Punk. So Mark Henry, the strongest, world's strongest man, said on the Booker T podcast that just because CM Punk was set in his ways doesn't mean that's a bad thing. And there were a lot of rumors out there that CM Punk tried to keep younger talent down. And Mark Henry said that's not the truth. CM Punk tried to raise these guys up, tried to make them better. And some of the talent did not appreciate that. So, Ricky, I know you're not the biggest CM Punk fan here. Does this change your opinion on CM Punk at all? I mean,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, as much as I think that all that bullshit was going on with the Elite and the back and forth and with Tony Khan, now Tony Khan's scared to death of his own shadow. Do you think that it is now bad that CM Punk is not in AEW?
I mean, it's definitely hurting their sales on tickets and their attendance to their shows. Yeah. I mean, that's been obvious since he's been gone. I mean, right after that Wembley show, before that you had like sold out collisions every week. The product of the show was definitely better.
Now they did have sellout. The ticket sales were great, but the TV ratings were not.
That's on that. But Punk definitely. He made a difference being there as much as a lot of us don't like him for all the behind the scenes antics. But it's hard to like this guy. Like I like it. Like I agree with you. I like his wrestling character. I just hate the person he is. Like he thinks he's bigger than the locker room. And regardless of what Mark Henry's saying, everybody knows of his baggage. It's why WWE is, I guess, at times considering him, bringing him back, but they know the baggage that's going to come with him.
Brian, do you think this in the long run, is this a detriment, or is this bad for AEW that Punk is now gone?
I think that, well, for the sake of avoiding all the bullcrap that would take place in the locker room, the having to make sure this guy is on first and then get him out of the building and get this guy on because they don't get along and stuff. On that end of the spectrum, fine, well, everything on the end of the spectrum when it comes to making money, when it comes to viewership, all that kind of stuff, it's a complete and utter disgrace, unfortunately, that Tony Khan let him go. Because for the sake of business, it just, like I said, nothing against Edge, nothing against any of those guys or whatever, but they're not going to pull the ratings that CM Punk was going to pull. By WWE pretty much saying, we've already had him once, we don't want him again. I don't know what that's going to do. I don't know where that's going to leave him. You know, there's a lot of clickbait online saying that he could end up in Impact. I'd love to see him end up at USW at least one time against Brian Hardy for the USW Championship. Never say never, but I don't know. I think all around, by Mark Henry saying that, I think he only made people mad because it goes against the aura that they're trying to build, that CM Punk is this incredibly horrible person. And I don't think he's a horrible person. I've met him, like I said, 2 times, and both times he was very cool. So I definitely think he would want to help the younger talent and all that kind of stuff. I just think it's unfortunate because the main people, the meat and potatoes of who put AEW together, can't get along with him. So because they can't get along with him, it makes the situation tougher. And unfortunately, too many cooks in the kitchen, too many chiefs and not enough Indians can tend to be a bad thing for any professional wrestling company.
All right,
Side note, I did read that Jungle Boy's indefinite suspension's been up for like a couple weeks now. They're just not rushing to bring him back.
Sure. All right, so Brian, let's fantasy be an owner here, right? You're an owner. You're US.
Are you doing Scotty's fantasy?
What is your small company called?
U.S.
W. Okay, that's what it is. No A on the end. It's not a Canadian.
No A.
WA.
It's not an alliance. It's not an association. It's not anything. It's just USW.
Gotcha. I give you shit. One day I'm going to make it on that poster as soon as I fill out all those NDAs you sent me. He sent me the other day like 6 files. I was like, Jesus, I'm gonna have to get my lawyer to look at this. But if
you're gonna have to get Damien to cleanse your computer again.
If I end up on a card with stunning Adam or stunning, what is his name? Stunning Adam
Armstrong.
And I'm gonna learn your roster. All right, so pretend you're the owner. Okay, you have a chance to keep CM Punk. Well, yet knowing if you keep CM Punk, when the Bucks contract comes up, they're probably going to leave. Kenny Omega's contract comes up, he's probably going to leave, unless they squash it, right? But let's say they don't squash it. Do you keep Punk then?
Yeah.
You're basically trading 1 for 5 because Hangman's gone, the Bucks are gone. Kenny's gone.
It pains me to say that because I like all those guys. I've never really had like interactions with those guys, but I like those guys. I'm not an Adam Page fan. Never been an Adam Page fan. I actually met him, and he wasn't rude to me or anything like that. He doesn't do anything for me. That sounds terrible.
He's milk toast. Like he's stale.
Yeah, but
the way he wrestles is his personality.
Yeah, but I love the Bucks. I love Kenny Omega. But when push comes to shove, if I was the guy in control, if I was the money man and I was doing all that stuff, I'd be like, CM Punk.
Got to do what's best for business.
Yep. We're going to make sure that they don't step into catering at the same time you do. We're going to make sure that we have them out of the building before you're in the building. Like I would have jumped through hell in a handbasket to make it work. And I guess that's the difference between me and Tony Khan. I mean,
I always said just Tony Khan just should have told them all just squash it now, go to the ring, throw down, get over it.
Absolutely.
Bite each other, whatever you need to do.
Yep. Yeah. No, yeah, take it right out back. I mean, literally, just go right where the television trucks are, kick the living shit out of each other, and 15 minutes later, shake hands and just be over.
The problem is, like, all the social media now, like back in the day, they probably would have already like gone to fists in the locker room without having, shit happen.
Yeah, but nowadays it's this guy won or this guy's a win.
Like as soon as one of them sneezes wrong, like social media is all over it, and there's a bunch of assholes on this Hardway show that are popping up on talking about it.
Ready to jump right on it, buddy. Yeah, well, I mean, back in the day, Scotty had brought this up before, and only because he thinks CM Punk would win, and he obviously never saw
CM Punk is his god.
Fight. So, back in the day, that's what they used to do. If you had a problem with a guy and you couldn't settle it in the ring, right? If you gave a guy a receipt, and if it went any further than that, then you handled it in the locker room or outside the venue or wherever, right? Whatever doesn't disrespect your head booker or your owner or whatever. So, but it's a different world now. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you just imagine CM Punk and Kenny Omega or the Bucks and just duking it out? Can you imagine every camera in the world? It'd be World Star, bro. It'd be just World Star.
I think honestly, like I don't know. Like I said, I really do think if they just would have kicked the shit out of each other for real, one good time, shaking hands, and went back to work, I think we would have had some of the most killer matches ever between those guys.
Yeah, yeah. I would have loved to have seen Omega versus Punk.
Yeah, and I also say something too. Never say never. It'd be tough to bring CM Punk back ever to AEW since Tony Khan is. I guess he's
still
kind
hiding
of
Julia Hart's hat.
He's kind of.
I think Punk just feels way too disrespected now. That I feel like no matter what, he'll. I don't know. Like I said, never say never. We all thought he would never go back to WWE, but apparently he's open on his end, and they're just not open on their end.
Correct.
He's not a spring chicken anymore, so I mean, he can't wait 7 years and then come back. He's going to be like, what, 60?
Yeah, well, Undertaker just slammed a guy in the ring, so.
Yeah, well, that's all he did.
I think CM Punk brings a lot to the locker room besides chaos at times. I think he brings a lot to the talent.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
He really is. I mean, I like to compare myself.
He just doesn't have a good way of going about it.
Yeah, I still think I don't know. He's like I said. I like to compare myself to that a lot of times, but I think he's the closest thing we probably got right now to a Terry Funk in the business. Like that's literally willing to look at somebody and go, "Ooh, I can make that guy. I can make that guy. Let me work with him, please." Like this and that.
Did Terry Funk ever just start shit just to start shit in the locker room? Did he really?
It's unfortunate. There's a lot of shoot interviews where you can see there's like just one. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. There's just one that people would never expect to happen. And I mean, I had both these guys in my locker room before for my company and stuff, and you would never know that this ever took place. Apparently, like back in like 2004 or 2005, maybe before that, a little bit before that.
Jerry Lawler.
No. When XPW was up and running, Terry Funk and Shane Douglas had a lot of problems. Where like apparently there's a story that goes around where Shane had to like literally tell Terry one night during a match, like, "Hey, cut the fucking shit. Like seriously, cut the shit," because like Terry was just like beating him up. And at the very end of the deal, I think they said that Terry cut his arm with a bottle, like a beer bottle, cut his own arm with a beer bottle and was running around blaming, telling everybody in the back and stuff, "Shane Douglas fucking cut me open with this bottle," and blah, blah, blah. Like it was bad. Like he was like, yeah, he's like, and then a few years later, he's like, "We were fine." And I'm like, well, they were at my show in 2011 in the same locker room together, talking, hugging, they worked together, all that stuff, like, and no problem. So I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Terry was once again, every interaction I ever had with Terry, amazing. He's one of my favorites of all time besides Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan, and Jerry Lawler. But I think the old Funker was crazy at times too. So if that's what we're going to go off with CM Punk, he's allowed to be a little crazy sometimes.
I think too, it's a matter of who you're threatened by. You're in the locker room, and I can see where Shane Douglas is. You know, Shane Douglas has been around now, right? I think he's doing some stuff in the Mid-South now or down south. He's running a promotion. Looks like a studio show that had less people than ATCW had on YouTube. But you could see like two larger than life personalities, and Douglas definitely. I mean, the Genius sucked, but Shane Douglas was, a larger than life. Yeah. Wasn't he the genius? Is that what? No, he wasn't a genius. He was what was he?
Dean Douglas.
No, Dean Douglas. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah. Boy, they tried to saddle him. They might as well call him the Red Rooster.
I love Terry Taylor too. I say good stuff about him in my book.
I like Terry Taylor. I met him. I forget? I met him at a convention one time. Super, super nice, chill dude. But too larger than life personality, especially Terry Funk. If you're not with those type of people, not demand, but almost, well, they do demand. They demand your attention. They demand when they're talking, you shut up, right? Your mouth is closed when their mouth is open. And that's an old school thing anyway. When their mouth, open your ears and shut your mouth is what it's
so true. And like I said, I feel that way myself about things a lot of times where I'm literally like I'm not going to say the name of the person because I genuinely like the person a lot. But I had like my first like little
Scott Stargell. It's okay.
I had my first little tiff that I've had in a long time, which people will be like, "Oh, see, Brian Hardy's a horrible guy." Now that I'm giving the inside scoop, but I had to like go to somebody on the ATCW roster and tell them the other day. Yeah, I had to tell them the other day, like, I watched your match, I loved it. You did this. I did this right before you did this in the match before. Don't ever use that again or I'm going to stretch you.
Oh, who did you say that to, and how did I not hear this story?
I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't say it.
Well, I mean, I'll find out pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, all fair. We'll say it. Great person. Honestly, great freaking person.
Well, I will stretch you. I love that shit. Don't fucking
straight up.
shit in the locker room hard.
Straight up,
you.
I was like, dude, like I was like, I'm cool with you. I think you're super talented. I was like, but please, I was like, this is why there definitely needs to be a monitor in the back, because I'm like, this is the problem here, is that too many guys are like, oh, I saw this, and this, and it looked cool, so I'm gonna. And I'm like, bro, like, you've had X amount of years in the business. I've had 15 years in the business. Like, you're gonna not do this again, or otherwise we're gonna have some problems.
It definitely wasn't anybody from the house of Cross.
Brian Hardy's gonna break your back and humble you.
All right, well, god darn it, now I gotta find out who it is. All right, so
he's already on the horn with Timmy.
Yeah,
Chucky.
Brian Hardy said he's gonna kick the hell out of our locker.
Who is Brian Hardy stretching? Oh, don't put him in there with Pretty Ricky. Don't put him in there with yeah. Anyway, we're figuring out. Anyway, yeah. As much as I'm not a big CM Punk fan, I hope wherever he ends up, he makes them better, and I want him to be. I want him to learn from his mistakes, and maybe I don't think his mistake is trying to give his knowledge. I think his mistake is his delivery, and I hope he changes his delivery, and we'll go from there.
He's also got to stay healthy too, because what was it? He had 2 world title runs of the whole 5 days because he blew out his bicep and broke his foot or something.
Yeah, broke his foot. Yeah, that he actually broke his foot in like a Dynamite or something, like the following.
That was the very first match he had after his title win, after the pay-per-view.
I think he was tagging with FTR. Is that what he was doing?
Yeah.
So, all right, well, whatever. We'll see where CM Punk ends up. Maybe he doesn't end up. Maybe he ends up on our next topic. Maybe he ends up with the NWA on the brand new CW.
Wait, whoa, they announced that finally?
They announced it. Breaking news! Oh. Breaking news! Billy Corgan signed a deal with the CW.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What did they say when it's going to air yet?
Not a fucking clue.
All right, that's fair. Well, I mean, that's still something to look forward to. You know, if you're an NWA.
Scott sent me who was it?
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, so they just announced it. I mean, I can go back and look. I just caught it right before we went on. I saw that they announced. They were saying that he announced that he was with 2 different organizations. So he's going to be shooting on YouTube. There's going to be a show on YouTube, which is, I guess, his Power.
There we go.
That makes total sense. That makes absolutely total sense. Yes, that makes total sense. Okay. Scott. Stop it, Scott. Stop it.
Isn't he driving somewhere?
He probably, to McDonald's. All right. So, yes,
they got the Halloween buckets out, by the way, now.
Oh, I'm so pumped now. And I need a bucket full of fries. My Wayne's. I live in Waynesboro.
I think you better stay away from the bucket full of fries, or we'll have a new host.
Otherwise, when I do this, they'll be down here. The McDonald's here in Waynesboro. If you ask them for a Halloween bucket, I swear to all holy that they will come out with a Santa Claus bucket. They couldn't get a fucking order right to save their life, man. They're horrible. Hey, love you. All right, so that was a girlfriend. She didn't hear me say that. I broke up with her over not laughing at Brian.
No worries. You still got Carmelo in the basement.
Yeah, she's my backup. Yeah, so more information to come. That was just like a quick blip.
You could stretch him in a heartbeat.
NWA Power. Have you ever watched Billy Corgan stuff before? I mean, I think he's got a good mind for the business. I heard him on an interview the other day. I guess it was Fightful. Was he on Fightful? I think he was on Fightful. And I mean, he's got a great mind for the business. He's been only in business for 15 years. It feels like Corgan's been around. I mean, he's with Smashing Pumpkins for 1,000 years.
Yeah, he's really good to a lot of guys I know. I'm friends with Kerry Morton, Ricky Morton's son.
Yep.
He's doing good stuff with him. He's doing good stuff with Brian Idol, who I've wrestled plenty of times and stuff. So yeah, I'm like I tune in. I watch everything, as I always say, but I literally tune into YouTube to watch NWA, and I just like that old school studio feel. I mean, that's my favorite type of stuff.
Yeah, I like it too, and I like. We've gotten a lot of great people from NWA. We got Ricky Starks. We've gotten what was the guy that used to be the Miz's shadow?
Damian Sandow.
Sandow's down there now. Which, by the way, greatest gimmick ever is the Miz's
Baby Doll's
bring it back.
Baby Doll's daughter's down there, Samantha Starr.
Okay.
I've known her since I broke into the business, and
wow.
She finally, it's been years and years and years, and nobody would ever cut her a break, and she's finally at NWA. So
yeah, so I think it's great that they have some of these other promotions that gets people out there that you wouldn't normally see. Like, would you know who Ricky Starks was? Right. I think it would be also great if MLW was broadcast around here. I don't know if they have a TV deal.
They used to air on Vice.
Okay.
So, but they would be like reruns of MLW would run like after Dark Side of the Ring or before Dark Side of the Ring, that kind of stuff. But I don't know if Court Bauer is still like doing anything with any TV networks or whatever. But I mean, I've watched the product numerous times. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Like they've got some really good stuff. Then there's other stuff that I wouldn't even, I'd flip the channel and be like, yeah, I don't even care.
Looks like MLW is on Major League Wrestling Presents. Okay, they got something called Fightland. Cardona's down there right now.
Okay.
Cardona's everywhere.
I was gonna say, dude's everywhere. I saw yesterday a photo that said he's currently got 9 titles, and which is just underneath 9 titles at once, which is just underneath Ultimo Dragon.
Jesus.
Oh well. If what's the promotion with Nick Gage? If they'd stop screwing him, if they'd stop screwing him, he'd have their belts too.
Yeah, so I mean, he's got 9. So if he gets one more belt, he'll be tied with Ultimo Dragon's record of like 10 championships at once. So, and then I'm sitting here going, I just got the USW title. I need to hurry up, get the ATCW title, and then I need like 8 other freaking titles so that way I can beat them.
I'm trying to stretch people. Are they counting the Internet Championship as a title for him?
I really think they are.
That's so bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever, Cardona, you jerk.
This isn't vodka, by the way. This is water.
I was in question about that.
I'm disappointed in you right now. I mean, how do you get your hair that color if you're not drinking straight liquor?
I had to stay off it, man. Otherwise, I'd look like. We won't go there. Never mind. That's all good.
I was waiting to Chucky.
I digress.
Yes.
I was gonna say like an old school wrestler's name, but I don't want that type of heat because I love old school wrestling. So I'm like,
just whoever's dead zombie, like Scott would do. Lou Thesz's zombie. That's who you would.
Yeah, his fantasy booking all-star.
Oh, well, you know what? Now that I think about it, I guess if certain person who was possibly going to be stretched for using a Brian Hardy move has signed all those NDAs, Brian can absolutely tell him that he'll stretch him.
It's not even like I said, it wasn't even a power thing as much as it is just a disrespect thing. Like I know I could stretch anybody. Like I know I could probably stretch like a guy that's like 6'5" and 300 pounds. Like none of that stuff scares me. It's the idea that I'm just like, bro, like just have consideration. I'm the loser because I love wrestling so much. I'm the loser that's standing at the curtain every single match, like and just trying to pay attention to what's going on and stuff. And I'm just like,
we're working on the monitor situation. We're planning on building and doing something different with that back area. So we will have a gorilla at one point because I actually want to put Tim back there. So he's out, so I don't have to look at his dumb ass.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's cool. For me, I'm just like, oh man, like pay attention. I'm like, and if you don't have time to watch the matches, at least go like ask somebody, like, hey, like I've it's just.
Well,
like
we usually we're pretty good about we try to talk, the pre-show meeting and stuff about doing this and doing that, and make sure that if about chairs, if there's a chair being used, we're not using any other match but one match.
Exactly.
Someone's getting color. It makes everything's about being special. So I totally understand.
And for me, like I said, I think the biggest thing, which I said to the gentle person, was that it was my finish. It wasn't just like some like signature I use here or there or whatever. Like you're using my finish as a move that is just a filler for your
finish, by the way.
The sharpshooter.
Excellent choice.
Got you. I was thinking it was it's his finisher. It's not the backstabber. It's the front.
Codebreaker.
Codebreaker. Thank you.
Yeah, no. I used to use the Cradle Shock. And then Chris Sabin really started taking that again. I said no.
Thunder Bomb.
And then I used the backpack stunner for probably about 2 or 3 years, and then Ryback started using it, so I went and stopped using that. And then I was doing the super kick nonstop until the Young Bucks came along and just started having super kick
and
parties.
Everybody else,
now everybody uses the super kick. And I said, I'm done with the super kick, and then it turned sharpshooter real fast. And my family is really close with a lot of people in the Hart family. So
can you get them on here?
That's his famous line. You think we could get him on here? So for me, it was just a personal thing where it was like it was my way of paying tribute to Brett and Owen, who my dad has wrestled so many freaking times and stuff like that over the years. And I was like, cool. And then I'm like, how many people are going to start using this again? And I get that people would be like, oh, it's out of tribute to Brett. It's like, did you ask Brett if you could use it? Because I did. So I don't know. So that's my thing. So
Fightful Select just announced that NWA Power will be on the CW.
Power? Is it the name of their show?
I want times. I want at least a month. Give me like a is it December? Is it January? March?
Brie Bella. Oh, I lost it. Damn it, Sean Ross Sapp. Let me see if I can bring her back. Bring her back up. Sean Ross Sapp. Love him, by the way. If you guys don't subscribe or go to Fightful, they're the best.
Yeah, I watch a lot of his stuff. I think he's really, really knowledgeable, and I don't think that he bullcraps people.
Yep. Report NWA signs TV deal with the CW. That's all we have right now.
That should be interesting.
Yeah. No, I'm excited, boy. More wrestling, because I don't have, 5 days a week is not enough for me.
Dude, I used to beg for just one night. Like, just give me like one night of solid wrestling, and now it's on every night of the week.
It's crazy. I honestly don't know how I keep up, and I don't. I can't.
It's a lot.
I don't get a chance to watch Impact. I don't watch that show on Friday night. I don't even call it. I don't even say what its name is anymore. It's so bad. It is so bad. It should be called Dark. And Dark
pretty much
turn the TV off.
Pretty much. Yeah, who the hell wants to watch it at 10 p.m. after you've had 2 hours of SmackDown?
Exactly.
It's horrible. Anyway, speaking of NBA and NWA Power, another guy who was their heavyweight champion is now the GM of Friday Night
SmackDown. Yep.
Nick Aldis. He made his premiere on Friday night. He was in the ring. He actually is weird how they brought him in. Trips was in the ring with Adam Pearce, Scrap Iron, your boy Scrap Iron was in. They were in the ring. I guess Trips gave Scrap Iron or Adam Pearce just told him, you're just going to run Raw. He called it a promotion, but if you're losing a show and
it's
you're
kind
just
of a promotion.
I don't know if it's
much.
really whatever. Anyway, so and then all of a sudden they said
Well, Dom was out there too.
Dominic was there, and he was yelling about all the shit that's going on with SmackDown. And Tripp said, "You're yelling at the wrong guy. The guy you need to be yelling at is the new GM of SmackDown and Nick Aldis." And we looked.
He came from right by where the timekeeper was. Like he didn't even get his own entrance.
I think he crawled out from underneath the ring. I mean, I don't know where. Honestly, I don't know where he came from. All of a sudden, no music, no grand thing, no.
Yeah, that was kind of lame.
It was very lame. I almost thought that Vince was back.
He had a pretty amazing suit on though.
Yo, we said this on whatever. What did we record last Friday? It was Friday. We said this on Friday or Thursday or whatever it was. Nick Aldis, look at this guy is $1 million. Like he looks, the guy can go. He's 30 couple years old, 37 years old. Like he's young.
Yeah.
I think he's about, I don't think he's 40 yet, but either way, even if he's 40, he looks like $1 million. His suit game is the best suit game in the business by far. The best suits ever, this guy. And I just don't understand why they're not doing something more with him. I really don't.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing to see that.
Yeah.
That he's just a damn GM.
Thank you.
Now we did get some scrap. We did get scrap iron at one point to Mr. Yellowstone, old Dalton. We did get scrap iron in the ring at one point a year ago or 2 years ago. I guess he got squashed by. Who did he get squashed by? I can't even remember.
Roman Reigns.
Is that who it was, Roman? Okay. So,
yep.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get a Nick Aldis thing. I have no idea. But him being there on SmackDown is great. He got to interact with Jade Cargill a little bit. We had a little bit of an interaction with Jade and Charlotte, which was pretty amazing, I think.
She's turning up teasers of her debut almost everywhere because she appeared on NXT as well, I think, on the Titantron.
Yeah, there was a vignette shot where Vince was in the bathroom and all you saw was the bottom of his feet, and then you saw the door open and Jade opened the door and introduced herself to Vince. So I mean, she is absolutely.
There we go.
She's
way to go, Scotty.
Thanks, Scotty. She's absolutely everywhere. So, so back to Nick Aldis. Brian, would you love to see if you had Nick Aldis in your wrestling organization without the A? Would you, the USW, what would you make this guy just a GM?
Nick Aldis would probably beat me for the title. So,
and he would carry the tag titles. This guy would be the women's champion. This guy,
he'd be everything.
He'd have more belts. He'd have more belts than Cardona. That's for sure.
It's so pathetic at the end of the day because, like I said, maybe I'm not your average Joe when I'm thinking about that type of stuff. But I'm like, yeah, if I had Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes and Adam Pearce all under the same umbrella, that would be my heavyweight title scene right there. Like that would literally be my heavyweight title scene because I just, once again, it's nothing against Roman, but it's kind of ran its course, you know?
Yeah. What do you think, Rick? Do you think, how long before Nick Aldis is in the ring?
God, I hope it's soon. Because like you said, he looks like $1 million and I just don't understand why they're going to sign him just to bring him in to be a damn GM. I mean, I'm just wondering who they're going to get him, in the ring with first when it finally does happen. You think the whole thing with Dom may end up leading to him versus Dom at some point?
Could be. I think he steps down as GM and then returning back to the WWE, Mickie James.
Also wondering how long that'll take before that happens.
After this, when she loses the title to Trinity this weekend.
I thought Trinity had the title.
I thought Mickie James had it. See, that's how much of Impact I watched. I thought Trinity lost to, maybe not. I don't know.
See, I thought she got it from Deonna Purrazzo.
either way, Mickey James come back to WWE. She's gonna be with her husband. She's not gonna let this specimen of a man running around in the back with Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair. That's for sure.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So that being said, speaking of Mickey James, let's get a segue. We're going to go right to Impact. Let's talk about Bound for Glory. That's why we're here. Pay-per-view this weekend. Let me bring it up. Unlike, where is it at? Unlike a AEW, there's only, 5 matches?
Well, the last WWE pay-per-view had 5.
There's 8 matches, and one of them is a Call Your Shot Gauntlet.
What?
Call Your Shot Gauntlet. So they put a bunch of guys in there, and it's a gauntlet. It's basically a gauntlet match. And I don't know that they've announced the gauntlet match yet or who's in it. Looks like all their main stars are locked up with other matches. So
this smells like a pre-show match.
Yeah, most likely a pre-show match. Oh, did you turn on the light?
I literally I'm like texting my kids. Could somebody please bring me a glass of water? Could somebody please bring me Yellowstone hat? Could somebody please bring me a ring light?
Gotcha.
I'm like, thanks.
Or I will humble you.
We're going to go through this as knowledgeable as possible, which isn't much because we don't watch a lot of Impact.
We don't watch a lot of Impact.
Yeah, same.
So we're going to start out
fantasy scores for this one this weekend.
Oh, this will be interesting. I will be padding my lead after this because you guys know even less than I know, and I know nothing.
And Damien will probably come in second with an unsubmitted paper.
Absolutely. And Brian, we're gonna have to get you in the fantasy league next year.
January.
Next session, January. Yeah, so you'll enjoy that.
Yeah, that'll be your third belt you can collect.
See, I'm 1/3 of the way there almost.
I think you're forgetting that I'm still going to be here, Rick. So
yeah, but just remember the Rumble starts, so that could be an instant Money in the Bank cash in there.
And I'm coming for that Chucky Manson title too.
Oh boy. Well, it's always up for grabs. It's always up for grabs. I carry it with me everywhere I go.
It holds his pants up.
I will be debuting it tomorrow at another company. So
nice.
We'll see how that goes over. All right. So first we got Knockouts Tag Team Gold. I don't know what they call it that. It is a knockdown. It's a World Tag Team, the Girls Tag Team Championship. So MK Ultra, which is Misha.
Sounds like a tampon.
Yeah, it really is. Masha Slamovich.
Greatest name ever.
Is it Killer Kelly? I think it's Killer Kelly. Masha Slamovich versus Tasha Steelz and Deonna Purrazzo. Now, I love Deonna Purrazzo.
Same here.
I really like her. I like that she breaks the mold of what most women look like. Not in Impact, though, because they all look like they're about 4 cheeseburgers too many. But, as a woman's well, I mean, remember she was in it's horrible. She was in WWE and she couldn't keep I don't believe she was as heavy as she was in the WWE, and I think that's one of the reasons why they released her is because she just couldn't keep her weight where they wanted it. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how that works for a dude.
Where Vince wanted it.
Yeah, I need you to sign this. Versus Tasha Steelz and Deonna Purrazzo. Brian, who do you got in this match?
Well, Deonna Purrazzo is the only name that I even recognize, so you got to go there.
All right. We're going to get new tag team champions in, Brian says. All right, Ricky, what do you got?
I'm on the fence with this because, like I said, I love Purrazzo, but somebody with the name of Slamovich it's like the greatest name ever.
It is the greatest women's wrestling name ever.
Masha
Slamovich.
I don't know.
Even hearing that, it makes me think of Aaron Brockovich. So I'm like,
yeah, I'll take Slamovich.
Yeah, if you get a chance, check some of Slamovich's YouTube out. She just she wrestles in Nick's. She was I think she was a women's champion or a men's champion in Nick Gage's company. So, yeah. So, and she did like a hardcore match where she shit beat out of her light tubes and that kind of stuff. She's absolutely out of her fucking mind.
Yeah.
So I enjoy her. I really like her. So I'm definitely see, Impact's weird. They do some weird shit. Like when you don't think Slamovich is they're gonna lose. Why would they lose these title to two people that just threw together? Then next thing you know, Deonna Purrazzo and Tasha Steelz is holding this title. I think Tasha Steelz and Deonna Purrazzo have had some issues in the past when Deonna was the champion. So I am sticking with Masha Slamovich and MK Ultra. I don't even know what. Oh, I guess it is Masha and Killer Kelly. That's MK. Oh, I get it.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Michelob Ultra.
Somebody's getting finished in this one, that's for sure. All right. We got our tag team titles. The Rascals versus ABC.
Aren't the Rascals in ATCW?
That's the Radical Stars.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
The Rascals aren't as good as Willie and LA. That's for sure. ABC is Chris Bay and what is his name? Ace Austin. So they are the Impact version of the Bullet Club is basically what they are. So who's got the belts here? So the Rascals had the belts. I think that the Rascals beat ABC at the last pay-per-view for these titles. Ricky, who you got in this?
Fuck if I know, dude. Give me the Bullet Club guys. ABC.
Brian.
I'm gonna say once again because the only name I even recognized out of that whole thing was Ace Austin, and Owen informed me like a couple months ago that I was on like a bunch of shows with him when I was younger, and I had no freaking clue like who he was. But if he's doing good stuff, then he's my pick.
Must have been drinking vodka.
Yeah, Ace Austin's young. Ace Austin's like in his late 20s.
Really?
Yeah,
must have been back when Brian was drinking a lot of vodka.
Yeah, that's
not
for sure.
water.
Vodka and listening to Social Distortion.
All right. Well, I'm going. I'm hoping that we get Juice Robinson showing up here and interfering and causing the Bullet Club to win these titles back. That's what I need.
Are the AEW guys
roller quarters?
Are the AEW guys allowed to make Impact appearances?
So they have in the past.
They did at one point.
A little crossover, and we're going to get to one of the matches where you will have a guy who is in AEW right now that is on this show.
Okay.
So, all right, we get
Must be Kazarian or Daniels.
No. Kazarian is there though. Monsters. We got a Monsters Ball match. PCO versus Rhino versus Steve Macklin versus Moose. Brian, how old do you think PCO is?
I'm going to probably say early 60s, like late 50s if it's like 58, 59, but I'm thinking
who PCO is.
He used to be one half of the Quebecers and used to wrestle my dad all the time.
Yeah. I figured that your dad would have some sort of relation there. Now, which Rougeau brother is he? Is he Jacques? Or what's the other one?
I don't think he's either. I think he's just his own. I think he's his own deal. He was John Pierre Levette or something like that. Okay. Like in WWF with like he had the pirate patch for a while. Okay. He wrestled like Bret Hart and stuff. But Ray Rougeau was doing commentary at the time that the Quebecers were around, and then Jacques was I guess just coming hot off the Mountie thing into the tag team with PCO.
This guy's absolutely crazy. Have you seen any PCO matches here lately? This dude is this dude flies around like he's 130 pounds.
Yeah, and it's wild because like I actually like a couple years back, the only reason I would even go to Ring of Honor shows when they would come to town here was because of PCO and because of Nick Aldis. Like those were the only two guys that I had wanted to see on the card, like when they would come to Baltimore. And PCO every freaking time, man, he just puts his body on the line. He's like, as I hate using that term, for as old as he is, being on the second rope and doing like a flip bump on the outside, like Cactus Jack style and stuff like that. It's like, what the hell, man? It's wild.
Second rope. This dude comes off the top rope through tables. He's out of his fucking mind. I always thought it was cool. There's certain guys in this business. PCO is one of them. Dolph Ziggler is one of them. Guys that can take bump after bump after bump after bump after bump, and they never break. They never get hurt. They never there are guys like that. It just I wish that I had the resilience that some of these guys' bodies have.
Zig is the ultimate.
1,000 years old, man.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler is the ultimate bump and feed machine.
Yeah. Oh my God,
good.
yeah.
So
one of the
good.
best.
So good. And now he's a free agent. So I lost my spot. There it is. Okay. All right. So Brian, who do you got in this match? PCO, Rhino, Steve Macklin, or Moose?
PCO for sure.
Gotcha, PCO. Rick?
Yeah, I'll take PCO.
I'm going with PCO also. It is called the Monsters Ball. It is October. So this guy, I love it.
Is this on Sunday night?
I want to say it's on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. I think you said.
Saturday.
Okay.
Yes, Saturday. Unfortunately, Saturday. X Division Championship: Chris Sabin versus Kenta.
That would be a match I would love to see. Two really great talents. I'm gonna go Chris Sabin.
Yeah, Machine Gun.
Agreed.
Machine Gun.
Agreed.
Chris Sabin. I'm going the other way. I'm going with Kenta. I'm going to go against the grain here. I don't know if Kenta is a mainstay now in Impact or if he's over here, if he's just over here for this show. But if he's just over here for the show, maybe we'll see. But I'm going with Kenta. We have, what is this called? Impuritas? What is this? That's weird. Okay, this is just a match. Speedball Mike Bailey versus Will Ospreay.
Is this for real?
This is for real.
All right, I'm going with Ospreay, but I mean, Owen Hardy, his favorite wrestler is Will Ospreay, but he would probably give the fact that Mike Bailey's in the match like 5 stars instantly. Yeah. My kid's a huge Mike Bailey fan. I haven't really seen the guy work, so.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? Yeah, me neither. I don't see the thing with Mike Speedball. I just don't see the allure, the whole karate thing. I don't know. It's just not for me.
I don't know. I'm sure he's probably talented. Like I said, if my kid's high on him, then he's probably talented as hell. But at the same time, just
keep in mind though, your kid is also on pain medication. So
yeah, so he's high.
That's very freaking true. So
he's very high. Ricky, who do you got in this match?
I'm not going against Ospreay.
Yeah, never. This is who is it? Oh, like we say when Sting's in a match, we go Sting never loses.
Yeah,
the Sting never loses match of the night. This is the Ospreay never loses match of the night for sure. So he didn't fly all the way over here to lose.
All my points going on Ospreay.
All of them. I'm actually every point I earned. Actually, Anyway, I had a joke there, but it wasn't funny. Anyway, all right. So here we go. We have. So you're correct. We had the women's knockout championship. Trinity versus Mickie James. Trinity is the champion. Mickie James has been talking about retiring for over a year now. Is this her retirement match? I have no idea. I don't see any stipulations on this. So who do you got in this, Ricky? Trinity or Trinity?
Give me Trinity because I honestly see Mickie James heading back to WWE with Aldis there.
I believe so. Brian?
I'm going to go with Mickie.
Oh, why? Why?
I don't think she's leaving just yet.
Is it because you saw her naked?
I didn't see her naked. You're trying to get Nick Aldis to beat me up now? I never saw that in my life.
Did you take pictures?
I did. Oh, God. That made Scotty Soup Spoon happy.
He's probably rubbing the underside of his belly.
Like I said earlier, I believe Mickie James is heading back to the WWE. As possibly a women's agent, who knows? She could still go. but bring that cowgirl back to the WWE and with Nick Aldis, and Trinity holds on to this title. Okay, final match, the Impact World Championship, Alex Shelley versus Josh Alexander. Alexander held this belt. He worked very hard, got this belt, and then ended up with a neck issue and was out. I think it was a neck issue. Then was out and had to relinquish the title. Then after that, I forget who won the title. And it's been a couple different places now. So who do you got in this, Brian? Alex Shelley or one half of the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, or Josh Alexander?
All right, I'll give you my insight behind this. Josh Alexander, a few years ago when the pandemic happened, I received a Pro Wrestling Crate box, and it was the North autograph. And I was like, I have no clue who either of these freaking guys are.
No, wait a minute. Don't go any further. Ricky, who was in the North?
Oh, Ego. Right?
That's right. Ethan
Yeah.
Page.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so perfect. Hold on. I'll let me finish. So what did I say to Ego? What did I say to Ethan Page when we met him at the
That you liked fat Ethan Page.
I think he wanted to punch me in the face.
You said you liked fat Ethan Page, and you also said that he could pass his Winter's dad.
Oh yeah, my granddaughter's father. He's a spitting image. Actually, I'll bring a picture of him up, but
not fat Ethan Page though.
Yeah, I told him. Actually, he looks like fat Ethan Page now. But I told him, I said, "Hey man, I just want to let you know, I like the fat Ethan Page better because he got into shape, right? He got into shape." Yeah. I could not. I stood there for 30 minutes in that line and could not wait to fucking say that to him.
So when I saw the 8x10 out of the Pro Wrestling Crate, I literally looked and went, I don't know who these guys are, and I kind of want my money back now just for this specific photo alone because I don't know what I'm buying right now. So then all of a sudden, my kid's like, Dad, these guys are awesome, blah, 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 blah. You got to watch them sometime. Well, obviously we know what happened with Ethan. And I found out once again that I was on a ton of independent shows with him years ago, and I didn't even know that I was on. Exactly. There you go. Boom. Bang.
No, that's my granddaughter's father. Yeah,
I was going to say that you could play him off.
Yeah, I showed that to him too. He's like, yeah, I don't look like that guy.
That's hilarious. And I got to a point where I was like, man, like, I don't know. And then, so anyway, the point was I had no clue who Josh Alexander was. And then I kind of went back and I started watching some of his matches. I was like, this dude is really, really talented. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to get the Jerk Award of the Year for this. I don't necessarily know that I would ever consider him to be like heavyweight championship material. Maybe X Division, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I'm going to go with Alex Shelley on this one. However, I'll let you know my little Alex Shelley story is that Tommy Dreamer always tells a story about how Bob Backlund broke his heart when he was a little kid and wouldn't sign an autograph for him outside of Madison Square Garden after he swore, it's all right, kid, I'll come back out and sign your stuff right after the show and this and that. And he said, Bob, how about an autograph tonight? And Bob said, sorry, kid, I got to go, blah, 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 blah. And Tommy told him years later, Bob signed him an autograph and mailed it to him and apologized and whatever. So I'm waiting on that from Alex Shelley because years ago, Alex Shelley was standing he was walking out of a building. I'm a fan. I'm not even in the business yet. And huge Alex Shelley fan, like big time. Like, I'm like, hell yeah, dude. There's a Wawa right in front of the building that these guys are getting ready to wrestle in. I'm like, Alex, can you sign my figure, man? And he's like, oh yeah, brother, just hold on 1 second, man. I just got to go get a gallon of water from the Wawa. I'll be right back. I'm like, cool. So then all of a sudden he gets his gallon of water. He's coming back. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, 16, 17 years old. I know he's going to sign this shit. Here we go. All of a sudden he walks right up to me and I'm like, Alex, you said you were going to sign my figure, man? He's like, yeah, I'm going to be in at my merch table during intermission. Go over there. It'll be $25. And I instantly crumble, bro. Like Brian Hardy crumbled and he was a heel that night. That was the night Joey Mercury came back to the Independents and they wrestled each other. But he was a heel and I was like so brokenhearted and I was like, shit, man. Well, years ago, probably about 5-6 years ago, my buddies in the band Teenage Bottle Rocket, which this logo right here is on the back of Alex Shelley's tights or whatever. they're like, oh man, Brian Hardy's like the coolest. Like they're like hooking me and my kids up with free backstage passes to Warped Tour and all this other stuff and everything. And they're like, we know another wrestler. And I'm like, oh, you do? Like who, man? And they're like, Alex Shelley. And I was like, fuck Alex Shelley, bro. Like for real. Like fuck Alex Shelley, man. And he was like, what? And I was like, they were like, did you have a bad experience with him? I was like, that guy fucking broke my heart when I was like 16 or 17 years old, man. So either way, at the end of the day, I'm going to say, talent-wise, I'll go with Alex Shelley in that main event match, but fuck Alex Shelley, for real. No, I'm just kidding. Alex Shelley ever sees this, I just want to meet you, man, and like get your autograph for real. Like the little kid in me is still hurt by that shit.
Okay, on the line is Alex Shelley.
Bring him in.
Brian would like to humble you.
That's right.
Funny. I'm going with Josh Alexander. I think that his title run was too short, and they're going to put that belt back on him.
Yeah.
I think he deserves it. And at this point, fuck Alex Shelley. I'm with you, Brian.
Oh, man.
All right, well, that's going to do it here for us at Hardway. Brian, real quick, Brian, tell us where you're going to be. Where you're going to be this weekend. Are you wrestling this weekend anywhere?
This weekend, I am definitely going to be at ATCW. October the 21st. Bell time's what, 7 p.m.?
I have no idea. I'm suspended.
Get your tickets now. Go on Facebook, ATCW, and we've got some craziness going on. It's going to be a scramble match or a gauntlet match for the ATCW Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah,
so
gauntlet match. You're in that, right? You're that's going to be a tough one. You got some.
I'm in that match, and
you got some real assholes in that match with you.
Tremor, Tarvin, and Robbie Wayne. So it will be interesting.
Robbie Wayne is like that guy's a savage.
Yeah, man. He's definitely lighting up the internet right now. There's 3 matches that I've had so far for ATCW, and 2 of them are title matches. So I wrestled Grizzly O for the title. Was unsuccessful. I ended up wrestling Ethan Cross. I beat him. And then now I have a title match for the second time. So hopefully I don't let this one slide by the wayside like I did last time.
The new ATCW champ here with us.
Breaking news. This will be his last title defense or title shot.
It could happen.
For watching, we don't want to see you bleed out on camera.
Yeah, I think I did a little deep there. I will be debuting at Voltage Wrestling tomorrow night. I will be accompanying the man, the legend, the mercenary, AK, down to the ring and making sure that everything goes as planned, like we do with the House of Cross. You haven't had to deal with the House of Cross yet, Brian. So
I'm sure it's
honestly. I hope you don't. I mean, it would be. I mean, we could talk about maybe some sort of partnership. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
If Jeremy Stone gets in your way, give me a call there, Hardy. I'm coming.
Look, Brian, tell him he's got no idea. He's got no idea the power that Jeremy possesses in those string bean arms of his.
What does he like? Get stoned? Does he smoke some weed and he like turns into Popeye after he eats spinach?
I wouldn't mess with the dude.
Oh man, you guys disappoint
me. You heard it here. He's getting ready to fight 3 of the toughest guys at ATCW, and he has once 0 part of Jeremy Stone. That's all you need to know, Ricky. So, there's Mr. Puffers. Welcome to the
Dude, he sat on my lap for like a couple minutes earlier while I pet him, and like he was just here the whole time.
Cameo cat appearance.
Have you guys is always on?
Are you busting off the air, or have you guys seen the trailer yet for the Iron Claw?
So I brought it up. I wanted to play it, and I can't. I got to figure out. I haven't learned that part of OBS yet, where I can play something through OBS. But I'm going to learn it this weekend. But I started to watch the trailer, but then I didn't. So the Von Erich's trailer, Iron Claw. When does that come out?
It comes out December 22nd. We'll let you work on it. We'll talk about it next time we're on.
Okay.
hopefully you can get it up and running by then. But if everybody hasn't done their homework and watched that trailer, go check out the trailer. A24 is putting that film out. Zac Efron's in it. The guy who plays Lip in Shameless is in it, and a few others. And then obviously MJF is not in the trailer, but he's in the film as Lance Von Erich, who was the fake Von Erich.
Oh, nice.
And we'll talk about more about that when we can get that thing up and running and everybody can see it.
Yeah, I will probably just pull the link and put it up on the Facebook page or put it up. Yeah, won't be on YouTube because we'll get copyrighted, but I'll put it up on our Facebook page for everybody can see it. But yeah, I'm excited about that. When's the date? Is that December?
December the 22nd.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I will. It'll be on YouTube December 23rd, most likely. Is it in theaters or is it going to be on
in theaters? I suspect that it's probably going to, honestly, if it didn't have Zac Efron in it, I don't think it would, but I think it's going to be a huge box office draw.
I say
is Prince Nana in it?
Hit your dance.
Is Prince Nana in it?
You never know, man.
Anyway, that's gonna do it here for Hardway Wrestling. I just threw my shoulder out. AK,
Jesus.
I might not be able to choke a guy tomorrow night for you.
Yeah, you still got a good arm to trip his leg when he's coming off the ropes.
Hey, we don't do that. I don't need to do that. That's what the mercenaries for. I'm just there for moral support and to make sure there's smelly, non-deodorant, no toothbrush owning people of Waynesboro, Pennsylvania don't get anywhere near my man.
I like AK.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like AK? He's well, Brian's going to learn soon enough who AK is, or we'll introduce you guys sometime. I don't know if you guys have met. Maybe you can stretch him. I doubt it.
I was going to say, as long as he doesn't use the sharpshooter, we're cool.
Oh, I see it coming, bro. I see it coming. Yelling Brian Hardy's name. On the sharpshooter. So, anyway, that's going to do it here for Highway Wrestling. For Brian, for Ricky, I thank you guys. Again, we are at 143 subscribers on YouTube. Please, 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 let's get to 150. Like to see 150. By the end of the weekend, 150. If we do 150 by the end of the weekend, I am doing the next live shirtless.
Jesus.
I know.
We'll,
hey, listen,
we'll go down to 50, not 150.
I'll let this baggy shirt for you. I don't know. Well,
easy there.
Yeah. Will we get banned from YouTube if they think my breasts are real?
I don't think in this day and age. I think you can get away with anything.
Well, if I put a baby on one of them, then they can't do anything about it.
Damn
true. Right.
So
he's going to steal one of Winter's baby dolls.
That's right. I'll have to angle that camera down. Oh, what?
Switchblade.
Switchblade. All right. I thank you guys so much. We're going to see you guys next time.
On the hard way.
I can never find the where is it at?